Okay, Shapvere, welcome guys. So I'll get straight to the point. So today I'll be just covering taxi meds and AI. So I'm sure we all know we've all used like taxis and you found yourself sitting at the front seat. And there's this strange requirement that if you sit at the front seat, you have to now count money. I don't know where that comes from, but we've sort of like accepted it. And yeah, if you sit at the front, you have to count money. You can sort of fight it, but yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Anyway, so let's just imagine we then say, okay, sharp, this thing of having to sit at the front, count money, this is actually unpaid labor, you know? So the taxi driver, taxi owners have to somehow pay people who have to count money and sit at the front and count money. But they say, okay, you know what? We're not doing this. Let's rather take a shortcut. Let's get there's this new technology that we have, and it's called AI. Let's use AI. AI will just count the money for us, work out what the change is for each customer. So this is ultimately like a just a video about that. But as to is that the best solution? Okay, yeah, let's. I don't think we should talk. But anyway, I'm mainly covering: is it possible to use AI to count, not like to work out what the change is going to be for the customer, for like the people in the car and the taxi, and how much the taxi driver needs to get. Can you use AI for that? So yeah, that's basically what I'll be talking about. Okay. Anyway, let's get started. So I'll basically be using ChatGPT. I think we all know it. It's like a year old now. And basically, this is what I'll do. I'll just basically, in a sentence form, ask it to work out um, what the driver needs to get, and then the change for each of the customers that have paid, right? So okay, let's see how it does. So anyway, I'll go into ChatGPT and yeah, start typing out this thing. Okay, so anyway, let me get to it. So this is, I'll just be reading what I am typing. So this is how it goes. So hi, assist with the following. So in South Africa, the most commonly used mode of transport is minibus taxis. The problem is someone has to work out the total cost of the fare for all passengers, and also work out the change that is owed to each of the individual passengers. So, what would be the most efficient way to work this out? For example, a taxi has 16 passengers. They are seated in the following configuration. That's what I'm supposed to say. So, four at the back. The following seat has three people. The next seat has three people. Then the final one, right next to the engine, has three people, and then finally at the front, two people, right? Okay, so the total cost of the fare for each individual passenger is 29 rand. So I used to use a taxi from MTN to Midrand, yes, and the cost was like 29 rand. Okay, so I'll base it off of that. Okay, so let's just explain how people pay. So the four passengers at the back, they hand over 150. The next row of passengers, of three passengers, they hand over 100 rand. And then the next row of passengers hand over 90 rand, right? Then the other row hands over 87 rand. And then finally the front two passengers, they hand over 60 rand. So okay, work the change for for work out what the change will be for the individual passengers in this situation. Okay, so anyway, let's go. So I'll basically click and then see what happens. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's go. Let's just give it a moment to process, to give us the response. Okay, so it's complete. Let's see. Let's go into the details of what it says. Right? Okay, so what does it say? To efficiently work out the total fare and change for each passenger, you can follow these steps. Yeah, I like that it gives steps. Calculate the total fare collected. Okay, calculate the total number of passengers. Determine the total fare for all passengers. Calculate the change for each passenger. Okay, let's go into the details. Calculate the total fare collected. Okay, those are the same ones that I gave it. Yeah, so it seems like it's correct. Okay, then the total fare collected. So I just want to see if this is correct, if this calculation is actually correct. So let me just open a calculator. Let's just see. So yeah, it's, if it did this thing correctly, then it would be interesting. So I wouldn't say I have like high expectations, but let's see. Okay, I'll quickly type calculator, then calculate this thing. Let's see. Let's see. So I'll just say copy. Okay, so it's 150 plus 100. That would be 250 plus 90 plus 87 plus 60. So this should give us total amount that was collected. Let's see, does it correspond to what the AI calculated? Let's see. 60. Okay, 487. So this is, yeah, impressive. Let's go to the next section. Calculate the total number of passengers. So I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, but anyway, so it says 15, so that's correct. 16 with the driver, that's correct. Then we then need to calculate, determine the total fare for all passengers. I don't know why it's doing this. So total fare divided by the total number of passengers. Why? I don't know. So it gives us the average. Okay, then we go to change for each passenger. This is the most important section. Yeah, so it tries to break it down, and the calculation is just wrong. It's just wrong. Yeah, this is not how you do it. So it's just taking like what was paid for each section and then minusing 21 rand, and then it calculates the change from that, which is like completely wrong. So you can say definitely this is a fail, but it's not that bad. Okay, sharp. So what's the conclusion? So the conclusion is, yeah, this thing absolutely, yeah, didn't get it correct, but it's not bad. So it managed to actually calculate how much was actually collected. So it failed at calculating what the driver is supposed to get. So it's supposed to say 29 rand times 15, that goes to the driver, and then from that work out the change. So yeah, that's why it failed. So I don't know, maybe it's the way I gave the instructions that's wrong. So let's see. I'll post the link to the ChatGPT thing, and let's see if you guys can actually get it to do the correct calculation.